Mute yourself so that you don't have to fix it in post.
We're unmuted. Yeah, I still have to fix it in post. I did just download the video for last week, so I can edit the sound in from last week's video. I'll do it later, I promise.
Everyone test your unmute button. Make sure you're unmuted. Or muted if that's what you want.
I was silly last week, that's all. But we should all be good to go. And we are live. How's everybody doing?
We're doing good.
Okay.
I'm trying to find my character sheet. I doubt I ever had one now. I've never seen it. I haven't seen it in years.
It should
even when I was playing.
He never existed. He was just a figment of our shared imagination.
Wait. It should be in the completed character sheet Discord channel.
Right.
Oh, true.
Perfect. Nice.
I wanted to...
That the accidental anti-ADHD measure has saved my butt for this game more often than not. Facts.
But yeah, we're a full party again today. It's been a little bit.
Yes.
So August may know some things about what happened last week, but August, we still need to have poor Fox go on his date.
Oh God!
Yes, I want to know that.
So I was gonna suggest starting there. How if your voice starts getting tired, please let me know because I know you're just getting over being sick. So just let me know, and we can always pivot if we need to. But last week we had all of our characters free our mermaid friend back to the ocean. Take a train ride back home. You know, just go chill for the evening. Psych. The city's on fire! So we had people running around in actively burning down buildings.
I have an alibi. It's a cranky fish lady who wants to bring down the government, but I didn't start that fire, Your Honor.
I'm a noble. I wouldn't start a
alibi.
fire. I have an alibi.
No, you have money.
No, she has an alibi because she used her whole name with her whole chest.
With Trevor.
With Trevor.
With a guy named Trevor.
Oh,
I also
Trevor.
said I knew. I also said I knew the princess, so I think we're good. Money will buy our way out of this, I'm sure.
He's not a narc, he's just a guy from Smalls in the chat.
He's just a guy.
But yeah, why don't we go ahead and start off with Fox. Fox, I had basically said that your character told them to just, basically what you had said in the chat, when you said that you couldn't be there, was just let him go ahead and do the thing, go ahead without me if I'm not there, that kind of thing. So they went on, and they did their thing, and now you are here to do your thing.
Can you remind me what that thing is and who the person is and what they look like and who they are?
Yes. So you had asked Akemi out on a date. You were going to meet them at the Thieves Guild bar. And I believe
interesting choice.
Not that you have to stay there, but that was where you had initially asked to meet them for the evening.
All right. Hell yeah, dude. And now I've got a sultry voice to go with it. Fox is probably waiting around trying to look cool. Is the leaning against a thing, and he resets a couple times to change where his hands are. While he's waiting.
Do you want him to order any drinks in advance of Akemi getting there, or do you think he's waiting?
Waiting.
Okay.
He'll just throw up if he has alcohol in him while he's nervous.
Give me a die roll really quick.
A what roll?
A die roll.
For what?
It's a secret.
Indeed.
Why? For why? It's secrets. Secrets. I got a 19.
Nice. Akemi shows up a little bit early to your date.
Oh,
we lost Cat.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay, Fox he's gonna saunter right up and be like, "Hey, Kemi, what's up?"
Yeah, and she's dressed in a nice little form-fitting black dress. Nothing too revealing or anything like that, but it's definitely very cute. And she's she's got a little bit. Her makeup's roughly the same as you had seen previously, as in the character art that I had posted like a month or two ago. But she looks very cute. She's got her hair kind of floofed up nice and pretty, and she's not in the tailcoat dressing garb that you'd see in the shop.
I just realized that Fox is probably in the fit that he bought at her store,
Heck yeah.
thinking it would look impressive, forgetting that she helped him pick it out. But maybe that'll be cute.
I think
Is Fox dressed more sluttier than her? Is that what's happening right now?
Ooh, I don't remember what Fox
Are his
bought.
tits out?
Probably.
His tits
no.
better be out.
I think Fox did buy some like pretty like flowy revealing stuff to wear, as I recall.
Nice.
So I
Hell
I
yeah.
would think maybe so.
Hell yeah.
And I think Akemi appreciates that you wore something that she and her mom made to the date.
Hell yeah.
And she says,
Hell
"Well,
yeah.
looking good."
Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Mostly my mom, but yeah.
Much appreciated.
So did you want to get a drink here? Are we doing something else?
Let's get a drink here.
Okay.
What's your poison?
I'll take some rum.
Oh. Do they have Coke here? I like a rum and Coke kind of a guy. You guys got Coke?
You mean cocaine? Like the
Oh, you
nutmeg?
have cocaine here. I'll also take that. No, just a rum. We'll start with rum.
Okay. Carmen comes over, takes your order of a couple of shots of rum, and meanders off. It's kind of busy. You're reaching the after hours portion of the day, so there's lots of people in having drinks and things like that. And the crowd around you is very affluent, shall we say.
What you mean?
They're a little loaded.
I'm dumb. You're gonna have to help me.
They're a little well dressed, much more so than you would see at like the Kraken Bowl or like out at the festival. These are definitely people with a lot of money.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that extra help with the vocab.
Yeah. And do you sit at the bar? Do you choose a table?
What's less intimidating or first date? We'll get a table.
Okay. You
We'll get a table.
You guys go grab.
And can I ask her questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Could be like, hey, how long have you lived here? With your mom?
I was born here, actually. So
Really?
my whole
You're
life.
from here?
Yeah.
A native. Okay. Right on.
How about you? How long have you been here?
I've been here a day? 3 days.
Wow.
I've been here 3 days.
So you
for the
really-
festival.
So you really don't know. Oh, are you just in town for the festival then, or are you here long term?
We'll see. I'm kind of a feel it out kind of a guy. We'll see what happens. What keeps me here? You know, you never know.
Is our city treating you right so far?
Oh, yes.
Well,
Treating me excellently.
that's good to hear.
Lots of fun. Have you ever wanted to go anywhere else?
Well, I mean, my mom is from the Indarmian Isles up north, but it's a long journey, and you'd have to leave the business closed for like, I don't know, like a couple of weeks minimum just to get back and forth. So it's kind of a big trip to plan. But so we've never really gotten around to doing it. But
Oh, are your clothes not? It's not like travel for like trade shows in other cities?
not.
I guess that might be more of a vehicle thing than a clothes thing.
We've been down to Cliffside in the south, the next city south. I don't know if you've been to Cliffside. Cliffside is the next city south. Easy travel back and forth. We've been there a couple of times, but anywhere else is a little bit far for us.
And do you exclusively serve the royals, or do you also have like other clientele, or is it mostly the royal family? I would imagine if you have the royal family as your client, you probably don't need other clients. Would be my guess.
Well, we don't really have a lot of nobility that comes and shops at our store. the princess is kind of the one, which we really appreciate her business. But no, we're mostly for the average bear, or
Heck yeah.
non-bear as well, as it were.
Awesome. And what do you like to do outside of work? What do you do for fun
Oh,
around here?
I really like and she kind of freezes up and pauses and just like, I don't know how to answer that question right now. Um,
Oh, don't tell me you're all work, no play.
well, no, not all work, but just I'm one of those people that does a lot of different things and never really settles on one particular hobby. So, a little bit of everything, I guess.
I completely relate to that.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many unfinished hobbies sit in my bedroom or my storage room, just collecting dust.
Yeah, that's how it goes, isn't it?
Mhm.
But
Totally.
so did you get to enjoy the festival?
Oh yes, gotta see erotic dancing. Got to see Big Fish, Big Tank. Got to see. Got to eat a lot of food. I'm seeing a lot of reactions. I'm trying to ignore them. Okay, I'm on a date. Get it together.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoy it because we always have there's always the staples from year to year at the festival, but there's always new stuff too. So,
Oh, what are the staples?
oh, like the food and the games and occasionally
Oh,
they'll
I did
have.
arm wrestling.
Oh yeah, and there's always the king always gives his speech on the final day of the festival.
Mm,
Always fun.
that's fun.
Yeah, I
Does he do
mean
like backflips or something?
no, but it's interesting to see how the crowd reacts.
Hmm, that would be interesting.
Mm-hmm. But no, I mean it's interesting to see what the nobles are wearing from a fashion standpoint,
Mhm.
just to see what's on trend. But
Totally.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
So how do you know the princess?
I literally ran into her on the street, and
Oh,
and before you knew it, bosom buddies.
I see. Okay.
Well, she's more friends with my friends, you know.
Okay, and so your friends know the princess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what brought you to Starlight City to begin with?
Oh, festival mostly. Looking for work.
Oh, what do you do?
Just need a change of scenery. Pick your poison. Pick whatever you want.
Okay, well I get that. Sort of. I really love Starlight City. It's home. So.
Mm-hmm. How did it get the name Starlight City? Is it because of all the
Oh,
crystals?
so we used to be a different city, like way before I was born. I don't know how old you are. I'm 75. But
20 something.
oh, you're really young. I thought you were older than that. But anyway,
Well, how old are you?
a couple of generations ago, for at least my race, um, the king that was here uh, was killed, and the entire family was killed. So eventually, a
Oh my
new
god.
royal family was established, and they were the Starlight family. So it became Starlight City
Mm.
when they took over and built a new castle and all that jazz.
Oh, it's a family name.
Yeah, the last one was Silverthorn. So
Interesting.
if you ever go through like our historic districts, and you ever see ruins, usually they are remainders of the old Silverthorn royal households and castles and things of that
Hmm.
nature.
Interesting.
That's what happens when you take on a war god, I guess.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Took on a war god?
yeah. Well, the Great War with.
Oh, right.
I mean, he kind of took over everywhere, but they kind of made here roughly the last stand. So Lot of war history in that one little district.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that they really restored of that that royal area was the cathedral that's now the library. So
Oh, okay. I've been to the library.
yeah, it's pretty, right?
Awesome spot. Awesome spot. Speaking of spots, do you like dancing? Is there anywhere here around here we could dance?
I mean, there's always the festival, but yeah, I mean, you could probably pick maybe not this bar, but there's a couple of different places you could go. I'm not much of a dancer.
Oh, all right. So you don't like that? That's all right. We don't gotta dance. We have a drink. We can see the sights.
I was gonna say, speaking of seeing the sights, have you gotten to get out much? And like,
Oh yeah, all
No.
over the festival.
well, yeah, but like the places that aren't for tourists. Like, have you gotten to see any of the interesting stuff?
Mm, not really. Maybe I've glanced, but not really. If you know some secret awesome spots,
Oh, yes,
sounds like a
I
blast.
absolutely know some secret awesome spots.
Yes.
Do you want to go? Do you mind if I show you around a little bit?
let's do it. Hell yeah, let's do it.
Second question: how are you with heights?
Love them.
Great. Uh, she downs what's left. She's been sipping at her rum, as I assume have you. And takes the rest of it and drinks it and pays for her drink, allowing you to pay for yours, presumably, unless you want to pay for hers.
I pay for hers immediately.
She goes to do it, and you stop and pay for hers. And she leads you out. Actually, do you happen to have the feather hook move?
The what?
The feather hook move. I believe it's called feather hook. I know DeLacy has it.
Oh lord, I just pulled up my character sheet, not the.
I can pull up yours.
Let
Here.
me pull up the core handbook.
You do have it.
What?
You have it. I have it in my notes that you have that one.
I do? Okay, what's it do?
So, Featherhook is a move, reading that it is a magical item. It's a magical grappling hook that gently glides itself upwards like a balloon until it reaches and attaches to a ledge. You can tie any length of rope to the hook.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've used that before, haven't I? No.
Not so far. I think DeLacy referenced maybe using it in the last episode, but it didn't happen. Lakey jumped in and did the thing instead. But you watch as Akemi leads you kind of through some alleys and up to a building and pulls out a feather hook that already has some rope
Okay, I'm in
attached to
good company.
it. And says, "Hey, do you know how to use one of these? Are you okay with this?"
Oh hell yeah, I pull out my own.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, I guess follow me then.
Couples grappling hook.
Yeah, and she basically, she uses her feather hook and starts climbing up the outside of a building.
I picture we use it at the same time. And we start climbing up at the same time.
Are you racing? Or are you just climbing?
We're racing.
Okay, give me a roll. Wait, where's my blue die? I have a blue die somewhere.
Well. Oh, I got a 7.
Well, she got a 2, so you're doing better than she did. You beat her to the top of the building.
Nice!
And it's kind of one of those, like Venetian terrace buildings where there's, like, roof tiles and then there's, like, a standable area that has ladders to go up to the next one. So a little bit Assassin's Creed-y looking. But she leads you down a series of roof lines until she gets to a particular ladder, which she climbs up. And you look out, and it is really beautiful. You get a really great vantage point of the city, and it kind of reminds you a little bit of New York City.
Yes.
You've got
I love it.
skyscraper green lights up in the middle of the city and pockets of things here and there, and you can see the festival off in the distance. There's music wafting in on the wind that's blowing from the east towards the mountains, so you can hear the festival, and it is very, very city coded.
Oh, yeah,
more so
Teddy
than
gets
the fantasy
big
that
wide
you're used
eyes.
to. Yeah.
Big, wide, starry eyes. He loves this city.
And Akemi
Like, this
says,
is fantastic.
"Yeah." Akemi says, "This is my city. Isn't she beautiful?"
Oh, that hits him right in the heart. Can he try to hold her hand?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not like this. Not like a...
Like a sane person.
Yeah, like a normal romantic movement.
Absolutely. Do you offer the hand that has the bracelet on it, or the hand that does not?
I guess I don't know which one's... Whatever's closest to her. Let's say, with the bracelet.
Okay. She takes your hand, and she goes and sits down on the roofline, and then glances at your bracelet and goes, "Oh, I thought your bracelet was pink."
It was, but apparently I didn't understand, the categories well.
Oh.
So I had to go back and fix it.
Oh, okay. So you're not really interested in romance then. You're interested in the...
Well, I like romance, just not, long-term romance. If that makes sense.
She looks a little disappointed. She goes, "Oh, well, that's... I guess I understand that. I'm glad you got it all straightened out then." And she takes her hand back.
Oh no. Eee.
So yeah, so this is Starlight City. We're in southern Lusari right now. If you look over that way, and she's pointing to the east, that's the busiest section of the city. If you're ever climbing around on roofs, that is the easiest place to climb around on roofs. The houses are so close together, you can literally just walk from rooftop to rooftop. And then obviously my shop and the festival are over that way. The castle right there in the middle. We've got Alderwood kind of behind us with all the trees. Blackstone's way off, but you can't really see that all that well from here. Yeah.
Well, it's beautiful. Thank you for showing me.
Yeah, of course.
I think I needed this kind of quiet moment here.
Yeah. It's nice being up here with somebody else, because, not a lot of people do heights, or, enjoy the sights. They get wrapped up in the day-to-day.
That's very true. That's easy to happen. Easy thing to happen, but yeah. I always appreciate someone who appreciates their home, for sure.
So what made you want to leave your home?
Well, I guess kind of a general boyish sense of adventure.
Okay. Just...
But yeah, but there's plenty of adventure in my old city, but still,
yeah,
fun to travel.
Sure. Change of pace is always nice. So what's it like, moving from city to city? Is it weird to just be, really disoriented and not know where anything is?
Yes, there's still some you pick up on some things that are just common to people. Like, usually there's a library, or usually there's some sort of city government somewhere that you can sort of piece together, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Do people watch?
But what I'm trying to say is people are kind of the same everywhere. Oh. So you can always rely on them to be unreliable or helpful in some fashion.
Well, this is my...
Well, this date really got awkward.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. When you are an older race, when you live a longer lifespan, it can be tricky to find people who also have longer lifespans that are also interested in you. And my mom is obviously an Oni, but I myself am half elf, as well as
Oh.
half Oni. So I have the extended life on both sides of my family, but none of the half elves in the city are the elves in the city are kind of in the nobility caste because the queen and the king and that
Yeah,
whole,
uppity.
and they don't really accept me. And then there aren't that many Oni
No.
in the city, so it was nice to meet an elf that was
Yeah.
out and about in the city that I didn't know that had a pink bracelet on, and then you don't anymore. But that's okay. Are you okay with just being friends?
Of course.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. But yeah, no,
More the
I'm
merrier.
just looking for something more long term,
But well, it's good we clear that up sooner
Yeah, absolutely.
than later. It could have gotten awkward. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for you though. I'll check in with my other elf friends.
I appreciate that. The princess has insinuated that she will do the same, but I don't know that I necessarily want to date anyone in the nobility class. I'm good.
That's fair.
No, it's not my thing. So.
I feel that. When my home city looks a lot like this. We could use a little more smog, a little more grime, and large rats, but this reminds me of home.
Oh, do you have a large rodentia population in your city? Like, do they are they as into bow ties as they are here? Like, is that?
No, that's actually a stereotype. They don't really.
I mean, here it's not. That's the thing. They love them, and I can't. They don't look bad, but they just make them look rounder, and I'm not sure if that's a thing for all of them or like.
I mean, roundness is a friendly shape. That's probably what they're going for. We could be my guess culturally. I wish all of you could
really
hear the Edgar's laugh through the walls like I do.
So while you two are sitting there chatting about rat bow ties, you hear an insanely loud explosion from the east.
We got a pretty good vantage point of it. Damn.
It is so the initial blast is this like violet color of percussion, and it's really obviously violet because it's nighttime out and there's not like the lights aren't bright enough to outshine that. And then immediately things are on fire.
Holy
and it's
shit.
a good distance away. You guys are safe, but you can actively see that there are buildings burning in the distance.
I turned over to Kemi. I'm like, is that?
No,
Nor is that the fireworks
not,
display? Is that
that's
normal?
Not normal. That's not normal.
Holy shit.
I should go.
Yeah, we should go.
Do you need help getting home or anything like that? Do you?
No, I will see you around.
Okay.
Thanks for showing me, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And she jumps off of the roof. Just fully, like, skydives.
I look over to, like, is she Assassin's Creed into the hay?
She is Spider-Manning, using her feather hook.
Oh.
She's gone.
Fox looks at his feather hook.
She is gone.
And then looks at what she's doing. And then looks back at his feather hook. He's like, maybe another time. I'll try that some other time.
But she leaves you abandoned on this rooftop.
No, he could get down. His name's Fox.
Yeah.
He's nimble.
Where do you go now?
Well, probably right towards the fire.
Okay.
I'm assuming my friends either had something to do with it or are probably also rushing over there.
Really?
Also, you know how I like my fires, preferably with hands in them.
No. No. The doctor
Put it in the
says no.
quotes. Put it in the quotes now. Put it in the quotes now.
Wait.
I'm gonna say, just for story's sake, that you're able to find them and, like, start helping at the the station that your friends had been helping at already, and just continue helping.
Oh.
So there's like a medical tent. There's people trying to reunite other people with family members. Briar was helping in the medical tent. Boss was helping reunite family members because Boss wasn't here last week. The other members of our party were running around in the fires trying to save people from the fires and gather more activity and information about what happened to start the fire.
Okay.
But
Oh, I
not
would
know
love
that
to do
it's
that.
Predisposed to
We
be attracted
save
to a
people.
fire, and I don't think I should be attacked in such a manner for that.
There was no
Morrigan
try.
actively
We
flew
saved
into
people.
flame.
Can I also take a look at, like, a quick, as I'm running up to this big burn? How many buildings are on fire?
So, we established in the last session, but you weren't here, that there was a manor called the... Oh lord, what did I call it? It was something. Harcroft, I think it was? The Harcroft Manor was the epicenter where the purple explosion started.
Hartford?
Harford?
Hartford is in my notes, unless I misunderstood you back then.
I don't know. I'll have to go listen back. But there was a particular
it's okay.
manor where the explosion happened that was the epicenter, and it caught all of the surrounding buildings on fire. Because it's very much upstairs, downstairs, so there's large mansions, and then there's, like, tenements all around it that are really tightly packed, and the tenements caught on fire, and that fire spread to other tenements, and it's just been, like, this daisy chain of things catching on fire. That they eventually, across the course of the night, try to get to calm down.
Man, I wish I knew magic. Get some water. Boy, I wish we knew a big, powerful mermaid. Do some water magic.
But yeah, so you guys all run around in the fire. Morgan gets to have an aerial view of what happened a little bit with the epicenter building. But everything's so aflame that you guys are pushed out. You save a kid and escape from the flames, and then head back to the Kraken Bowl for the evening.
We should go back to the Kraken Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I assume
Briar
are the fires
stayed.
still going? Probably.
so by the time you guys leave, they're contained. There's still some fires burning, but they're not actively spreading to other buildings anymore.
Could I do an investigation roll on that initial manor?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a roll.
Okay. Another 7.
It was definitely an explosion.
I don't see shit.
You can definitely tell it was magic. But past
Oh.
that, you don't really see anything further than that.
Okay. And I just know that it seems like a specific building was targeted and that others happened to be nearby.
It was a very specific building. It just happened to catch
Interesting,
other things
interesting.
on fire.
I want to know everything.
Yeah.
My true crime brain is turned on, and I want to know who lives there, who are their enemies.
And yeah, so you guys are all now safely back at the Kraken Bowl. As you
Covered in soot.
As you get to the Kraken Bowl, you realize that it has kind of turned into a makeshift place for people to sleep. There's extra beds set up. There's like bedrolls where the tables would be. The tables are pushed all the way up against the wall and like stood on their side so that they can fit more bedrolls on the floor. They're kind of treating it as housing for people who've lost their homes.
Couple pillow forts in the
She
corner.
shelter.
That is the whole point of the place, so that tracks, yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, if I had
as
any
they
medical
walk-
knowledge.
Oh. I was gonna just retcon real quick. As they walk, Lakey will happily fill Fox in on what he knows about the family and how they're in the loan business.
Yeah.
And how
Oh.
they're kind of on the outs because they're not living in the in the royal section, but no one's really got a vibe on whether that's just because they wanted to be more impartial for money lending or if they're actually actively out of favor with royalty. That's not a thing he's got access to.
Yeah, actually, Lakey, give me a roll. real quick.
We're not going to use the Ronin dice because that would be a very different. Those dice tell a very different story. Let's get the right shinies out here.
Rabbit dice.
16.
The name of the family is Harcroft, if I'm remembering correctly. It definitely starts with Har, because they are a rabbit family.
Rabbit crimes.
Rabbit loans.
Are they a rabbit family or are they a bunny family?
That is up to you
Ooh.
to determine.
Well, I mean, if they're socialized and domesticized, then they're probably bunnies.
Yeah, probably so. They've definitely been angling to get in with nobility. They've definitely got the money to like afford to kowtow with nobles. But either because of just not being in with the dominant like races that are running the government, or just they haven't like fed money to the right people. They're just not in the right social circles, so they haven't been able to move up to the Castle High district.
Gotcha. Is it because they just like... And pulling back a little bit more, is that because there is a like implicit humanoid bias in the current royal regime, or is it just because they've had to make their own way and haven't, hit their lucky break?
It's a little
Yet.
bit of both. There's definitely some preferential treatment towards, family members of the royal family, and they bring in their own preferential people, which are of their same race, typically speaking. So there's a little bit of bias there. But there's also... I'm sorry, what was the second
But it's
part?
rooted more in nepotism than in like
Yeah,
othering.
it's a little bit more nepotism
Okay.
than we just don't want rabbits in our nobility.
Well, I mean, they'll eat all your vegetables, man.
There are some animal folk in the nobility, but it's just not this particular rabbit family. Or bunny family, as it were.
And Lakey is not related to any of them?
I will let you decide, but I was going to say probably no.
No, I'm okay with going with probably no. I was just checking in because there are so many relatives, and I told you could do whatever with them. So I was just making sure that this wasn't whatever.
If they are, your mom and your grandmother have never mentioned it.
No, if they're not around, then they're not in the family. Like, it's not a blood thing, it's a showing the F up thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Lakey will share all of that. As a lore dump, like he's some kind of NPC in a video game or something.
Or something.
Thank you for the fill-in. I feel filled in.
Excellent. My job is done. When they get to the shenanigans and see all the stuff happening, Lakey is going to sigh very heavily and then pitch in wherever pitching in needs doing.
Yeah.
Fox is probably going to bring bowls of food to whoever can't get up or whatever.
Yeah, and you can tell that these people, they're not necessarily injured so much as they are just kind of shell-shocked, because either their homes were cut off by the fires, or their homes burned down. They don't know what's going on with their homes. These are people that are...
I see what you're doing here.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean?
Nothing. Sweet of the Waldorf Astoria.
Okay.
Not my personal lived history. What?
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
You're fine. Don't worry.
But yes, most of these people are physically well, but they are not, they don't have a house to go to at the moment, either because they can't get there, or because they don't want to risk it, or they don't know if their house is still standing, or their house is actively gone, and they do need somewhere to stay.
A lot of uncertainty.
Balthi's running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Mika is still not there. Mika is probably still back at the fire, actively helping people there.
Moradug looks like an absolute wreck, both in the fact that completely out of any ability points for a while now. And also,
you guys
not
used
only
to
the
good
layer
number.
of soot, but some light burning, some light burns upon their face. But nonetheless, like, just sighs really heavily looking at the scene and does go straight up to Balthy to try to figure out what the best way to help him not, I don't know, lose his head completely would be.
If Belthy had hair, he'd be pulling it out right now, but he does not. He has scales.
Right.
So he kind of does one of those things where, like, you just put your hand on your head, and they're like, okay, what do I need? Can you pass out these blankets?
Yeah, of course.
He hands you
Me next.
he starts handing out blankets, like he's doing soup. Boss, what would you like to do?
I'm so sorry I missed part of that because my husky's insane.
No worries. So there was a big fire. There are a bunch of people staying at Balthy's establishment on the first floor where would normally be eating space. It's now like sleeping space. And there's people who don't know if their homes are still there or not.
Okay. What? So people are passing out food and blankets currently, right?
Currently, yes.
Okay. What other... His boss is kind of small. Well, boss can hand out blankets. He's not that small. He's like 3 feet. 4 feet, sorry.
Yeah.
I think he'll help.
Okay. You guys get put on blanket duty then. Passing out blankets and all that jazz.
He has them stacked a little bit taller than what he can see, and so he's just like doing Marco Polo. Who needs a blanket?
Morda goes back to navigational duty to help lead boss through the area.
Aw.
Like, keep true. Keep true means straight.
Fox hovering around these two shorties is like, hey, Fluffball, you alright? You don't look like you're doing so hot. You want to sit down? I could take
Are
these
you
blankets.
talking to me? Am I Fluffball?
You're Fluffball, yeah. We'll work on the nicknames. I'll find something else.
Yeah, it's not that. That's not the one. Okay. No, I'm fine, and we're not
About
talking
Morgie?
about it. People are... No. God,
Maury?
that's even worse than Fluffball.
Alright, we'll go
Fluffball
with
at
Maury.
least almost sounds like I'm Chewbacca or something. What'd you say, Maury?
Yeah.
Like the fucking guy on TV with the paternity tests? No!
Yeah.
No! Fuck you! Fuck you! Get away from me! I'm trying to do something here. What's the matter with you?
You are not
Seems like
Chewbacca.
someone's a little stressed.
Well, you know what? If you want to help, I could just ease your head like a stress ball, and that might make me feel a lot better. How
That
about
would help. I'd like to see your tiny hands try
You're
to do
lucky I
that.
Oh my god.
You're lucky I got blankets and things to do. Get out of my face, okay?
Alright.
For those of you that have not like picked a task yet, what would you guys like to do?
I have a question. Is
Yeah.
there a harp of some sort, some type of musical instrument that I can see?
Probably not.
Man.
I do have a flute of friendship, if you might spot that on Morrigan. I don't know what you need an instrument for, but...
So Rachel being Saphira, is feeling it, the adrenaline is starting to kind of wear off on her, and she's starting to come to the realization of like what just happened, and like seeing everybody, and her coping mechanism is to sing. Rachel's coping mechanism is to sing, so she was gonna like sit down somewhere and just like start singing, hoping that it might help some people like just get out of their head a little bit, because that's what Rachel does. So that's why I was wondering if there was like maybe some type of musical instrument that she might be able to like pluck at.
This is mostly an eatery, so there's not a lot of performances, unless somebody brings one with them, in which case he would let them do that. But no, probably not at the moment.
She's gonna do it a cappella then.
Give me a
Exciting.
roll.
Oh, dice don't fail me now.
Could it be the cup song?
A 16.
Okay. I will say that it does provide some comfort. It's difficult for some people on the other side of the room to hear, but for those that are able, it does provide a little bit of comfort to hear the music. So Lacey, what are you up to?
I think the Lacey's also on passing out bedding duty, but he's more focusing on keeping like that calm in a crisis, purring as loud as he can. Since he lost his coat, his dress shirt is rolled up to the elbow so that fur is accessible, and you can like, because sometimes touch is a grounding thing. The paws of his pads, like yes, you can touch the beans if you want.
Yeah.
Uh, and just operating on like everyone's in shock. I'm going to be a calm presence. I'm going to be a soothing presence. I'm going to give you something to keep you warm, and if you want, you can pet the kitty.
Aww. Briar, what are you up to?
Um, I think once the evacuation started to die down on the other side of the at the triage, is that the word?
Yeah, the triage
No.
point.
Okay. Um Briar realizes, "Oh, I didn't have a nap today. I'm exhausted." Because he was up at wee hours of the morning that day, and his AP points are depleted, and um, things are starting to settle. So he's going to elect to dismiss himself. Um, but he wants to check in on Zev one more time before
Okay, so you stayed
making
at the
that
you
judgment
stayed at
to
the
leave.
triage point then?
Just a little bit
Mhm.
more, or just a little bit longer to see who needs, an extra pair of hands to hand out bombs or whatever. Um,
Okay.
because he's a doctor.
Hmm.
There's that instinct to help as long as you can. Um, but he's recognizing his limits, and would like to get some sleep eventually.
For sure.
Um, because that was a lot. Uh, but yeah, he's going to check up on Zev, and then depending on how that goes, he'll head to the Kraken Bowl after that.
Okay. I seem to recall your last conversation. Ziv was very dismissive and was basically like, "I've got to get back to work." Um, so know that you may still get that response.
Yeah, fair enough. Um, it's still awkward uh, to just leave, uh, but once he sees like there's maybe some nighttime doctors coming in to relieve, he'll feel better about leaving. Um, and then head towards the Kraken Bowl because I think he has a feeling that Zev isn't going to be very talkative. Um, so yeah, he's probably like dragging his feet up the cobblestone path, uh, and is looking rather worn and tired by the time he gets to the Kraken Bowl. Kind of pushes his way through and wearily observes the room. He's not shocked. He's um he can't say he's surprised.
Yeah, I'll say there's probably about 40 people between the lower floor and the upper balcony seating area that they've repurposed for bedding. Not counting rooms, which you might have a few people in as well.
Has Mika not made it back yet?
No, Mika is not back yet.
Damn. He should have reunited with her. Granted, he didn't know she was there, did he?
I don't know. Nobody's asked that.
I
thought we
dang
did.
it.
Mm-mm.
No,
I
we
mean,
didn't
should
see
I
her
roll
there.
about that?
Lakey saw her
You saw
when
her at
he
the
was
maybe
out
garage
and
she
about.
point. She's not back at the Croc and
Yeah.
Bowl, though. And you guys don't know if he knows that she was out there.
No, Lakey is unconcerned, but has not shared any of that.
Valid. Okay. So Briar is going to check in with Belthy, ask, do you need somebody on food? Somebody on water?
Yeah, if you want to help with any of that, I mean, obviously people can come get their own, but if you want to ask around about water, food, get them what they need, sure, absolutely. Whatever you can do.
I'll start asking around.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I am fairly familiar where the bowls are, so
Oh yeah,
I'm
the
not
bowls
totally
are
useless
bowls
in
are in the
kitchen.
middle of the room. Although
Yeah.
you're starting to get a little low on the number of them, unfortunately. But
Well, so Briar will also ask more adult-shaped people. Hey, are you guys accounted for? Is anybody missing from your family or anything?
you'll get little responses like "I'm not sure where my uncle is" or "My mom is across town. I'm hoping to try to get to her tomorrow. I just want to go all the way over there." That kind of thing, because they're like, "Oh, my mom might be asleep. I don't want to show up at her door, step in at midnight and not be able to get in. It's easier to just stay here for the night and see what's left tomorrow." But there's people that are definitely missing family members for sure.
Yeah.
Nobody mentions a
no.
little kid though.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Has the city mandated any kind of curfew? I guess I don't know how they get that information out, but I guess there's magic. But
Not that
are they making sure there's no one else
aware.
out?
Not that
Okay.
anybody's aware. So.
Yeah. I was just curious. What security actually looked like in like an emergency situation? It seems like.
I told them last session, but the guards, because they were running around releasing the mermaid to the ocean waves, and there weren't any guards at any of the trade stations. They were like, "Well, that's funny. That's suspicious." The guards got drafted to help with putting out fires. Some of the knights probably were there as well, but the knights are mostly like security for Castle High. So that's not necessarily, they wouldn't necessarily be down there. So just the common guard would have been down helping with people. Security wise, though, nothing's been announced about a curfew. I'm not sure if there's a system set up for that. It would be something that they would probably post on posters or have criers do, but in the chaos, they haven't gotten to that yet.
A pretty recent event, yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
Does it look like there are still people that need shelter coming in to the Kraken Bowl, or is it like, has it slowed down and it seems like it will be just about these 40
there are
people?
some people that kind of like poke their heads in the door and think, okay, that's too many people, and go somewhere else to see if they can find space. And there's other people that come in and talk to Balthy, and Balthy recommends where they could go, because the floor space is at this point pretty full.
Cool.
I feel. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I feel like something DeLacy just winds up doing without realizing it is if he notices someone has finished their portion of food, he's collecting used bowls to then go wash them, so the supply of bowls can be replenished as the
I
night
was about
goes
to
on.
say, Fox is probably getting in there, busting dishes. He used to be a busboy. He could do it. He wash dishes.
Briar would have a thought to get Lakey a bowl, though, since he fainted earlier.
That's a good point, and I should have remembered that.
You did not fill me in on that.
No, he wouldn't.
Was dramatique.
They wouldn't.
How could I? I was unconscious. I have no idea what happened during that time.
Good point.
Well, I mean, you were down for like 3 minutes, but still. So you need to take care of yourself too, Mr. Lakey.
Lakey stares at you unblinkingly.
I'm not there. I can't say
Yeah.
anything. I'm not there. I can't say anything.
What he was doing earlier tonight as well, whenever I said anything to him, so I guess that's what he does in a fire. I don't know.
Food?
Just stares at people. I don't know.
I think that's just kind of
what are
Lakey's
your
way.
character last name's Dunning and Kruger? Jeepers.
As time progresses in the evening, you guys are helping out where you can. People start asking less and less for food. People are hydrated again, and really just need, a little bit of space to just sit down and grieve with their loved ones about what's going on, and just rest. Mika comes back in the door, and her hair
there she is
singed in like 5 different places.
Oh no.
Hell yeah.
But she doesn't
Yeah,
look
that
upset
looks
about
about
it.
right.
She's just kind of chill. And she's like, I'm back. She looks a little disheveled. She's definitely has covered in smoke. Her clothes are very burnt and crusted with debris and ash.
Well, for you,
Great, thanks.
milady.
She sits down at the bar and starts tucking in. She's kind of got that, like, third shift, very tired, like, sitting at a diner eating breakfast at 4 in the morning.
The
vibe.
Waffle House vibe!
Yes, absolutely.
Oh man.
Hell yeah.
And she
Ashley
just tucks
knows
in.
the Waffle House.
Doesn't really
vibe.
say anything, just tucks in.
Wow. Today was eventful.
Uh-huh. Oh.
So, we want to do another slumber party upstairs then?
I don't know why I'm picturing we're all just like in a line on like chairs at the bar at this point.
Well, I mean,
That's probably the only place you
are
have
you guys
to
sure
sit.
you still have rooms up there?
Probably. Well, we did have an agreement.
Should we be giving up our rooms?
I just don't know how it works. We might want to check in with Balthy. I mean, I figured since you guys weren't here and there's a bunch of people that I don't know. I don't know if you still have reservations or anything, or if that went to people already.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You guys
I'll
have
ask.
keys.
I mean,
so-
whoever wants to and needs to can stay with me.
Oh yeah.
Sleepover.
It'll actually be sleep though.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably. Yeah.
Morrigan, friendly reminder, you don't have a room here, you have a room across town.
No, that's what Moradug
gotcha,
is
gotcha.
intentionally
Yeah,
offering.
So, stiffly, Briar gets up from his sitting spot and goes over to Balthy to check. Are the rooms upstairs occupied as well?
The ones that were free, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So,
your room's there for you. That one's fine. You don't need to worry about that one. But just the ones that were empty. Your friend down the hall checked out earlier today.
Well, hopefully she's not in a jail cell.
But should she be in a jail cell?
I don't know. She just gives that vibe sometimes.
She caused the explosion. I'm calling it right now.
Ashley's got a type. What can I say?
And all kissed. Go.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, I'll let my buddies know. Thank you, Belthy.
Yeah, for sure.
The image in my head has graduated from us all sitting at chairs on the bar to the chairs have all been moved to get as much space as possible, and we're just physically on the bar. Yeah,
I like that.
Just like full like construction workers on a beam having lunch. Just
totally.
Saphira's crisscross applesauce leaning against a post on the bar, just chilling and singing a cappella.
Lacey's got that one knee up, like arm resting on it thing going on that I cannot do in my chair.
If only we had that flexibility in our 30s.
Yes.
It's a goal.
In
it's a
our
goal
30s.
I aim to achieve.
Yeah.
It's a goal I aim to achieve. That is the goal for my 40s. Thank you very much.
I got
wait, hey. I can do that. So, Briar comes back to the group and informs to Boss and Fox, our rooms are still available to us. So, basically
Okay, good.
We haven't been muscled out. So for the rest of the exhausted party, you're welcome to stay with either of us. You know, just recharge and things.
Might take you up on that because my apartment ain't far, but gods, it do feel far right now.
Boss is raising his hand very politely. He wants to come.
Boss. Yes, boss.
Can I come?
Yeah, you
go where? Come to where?
With Briar.
Oh. To the room across the hallway?
Oh, wait. You already rooming with Fox? Yeah.
Oh, I thought because we were discussing if those rooms were already taken.
They're taken by us.
Okay. I thought those rooms were possibly given up. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, we're just inviting more people into our room since we're all here and we have rooms.
Oh, okay. I thought Briar
I think that's what's happening.
Yeah. Because all of us are a little frayed and singed and tired, and home feels like a bajillion miles away right now, so I figured I'd extend.
Yeah, everyone get all up in the... We got the rooms, you might as well use this space.
Yeah. I'm
Mora Doug is eyeing Lake A to see if this is a good idea for him.
I mean,
trying to be covert.
Like he probably wouldn't notice. He's focused on, making sure people got what they need because he knows that Mika's been out doing stuff. So he's helping.
Hey, Lake A.
Yes.
We're staying with the kids up there.
Excellent. My home is around the corner, so I'll meet you back here in the morning then. Are you retiring?
You passed out, bud. Do you remember?
No, I was unconscious.
You remember waking up after, though?
Yes. I remember standing up one moment.
That was from
and
when
then
you...
not standing up the next.
That was because you passed out. All right. So if
So
you really
everyone
want to go
keeps
back, I'll
yelling things.
walk with you, but I think you should just stay here.
If I mean, I didn't go home last night.
You did not.
Was last night the sleepover?
Last night was a sleepover.
Yeah.
So are you ready to not for the
Yeah.
questions that'll head your way?
And
From that?
I'm sure that my family is concerned.
It's a good point.
Okay.
There was a big explosion.
All right. Well, I'll walk Leke home and meet back up with you guys then.
Okay.
If you think you's up for that, I ain't gonna stop you.
Okay. As you guys do that, I'm actually going to do a little bit of a time skip so we can all get to bed and do all that jazz. But I'm also going to pause the campaign really briefly so we can take our bathroom break.
Bathroom.
All right, we'll
Sounds
be
good.
back in like 10-15 minutes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Aces.
We're back.
What's next?
What's next? I'm gonna say that all of you guys head to bed. Lakey makes it home safely. With Morrigan's assistance, and Morrigan makes it back to the Crockett Bowl. Unless Morrigan wants to go back to the hotel.
Probably would go back to the hotel, actually.
I'm sure Lakey's mom would also offer crash space. Like, what's one more person?
Hang on. Hold up.
All right, if the offer was there, then Mora Doug might take it.
Hold on.
But
Hold on.
basically,
I gotta roll
like,
something really quick.
uh-oh.
Oh, is Mahalia still at the house?
Haley's still
Yes!
I rolled a 19.
Yes!
Oh man.
All right.
Moth
No, that's
Lady-
perfect.
God.
Yeah.
Moth Lady is there, very much in her.
Moth auntie at this point. 100%.
Yeah.
Everyone in that house is calling her auntie.
Lakey, your
That's just
dad,
so sweet.
your dad greets you at the door. Your mom is passed out, but your dad greets you at the door and just gives you a big hug, because he was worried about you. Doesn't say much, just gives you a big hug.
Stoic as a stoic does. Lakey kind of relaxes into it for a hot second, and then reassures his dad. He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. We did what we could to help."
Your dad definitely like starts like lifting your arms up and making sure all the appendages are attached. Lifts your ears up, make sure that they're whole all the way around. And gives you a pat on the back. He lets you explain while you're doing that, but like just make sure.
Yeah,
you're
and
okay.
just and then Lakey introduces Morrigan.
Hi.
Morrigan, you are faced with a rabbit that's about as tall as Lakey, but definitely a little bit older. And his expression is much more difficult to read than Lakey's. He definitely passed on the stoic.
He's got a lot more practice.
Lakey, but just it's that flat face. You don't know what this person is thinking behind those eyes. But do you want to introduce yourself in any particular way?
I think Doug's too tired to really give a shit, honestly. So probably just like, sorry. So probably just like says hi when being introduced and is like,
Well, just wanted to make sure he made it back all right. He passed out there, so just keep an eye on him.
I guess I'll just head back. See ya, Mr. Quickstep.
You don't have to. I mean, there's room here, and honestly, and Lakey like pauses and waits to hear if there's Auntie Moth Lady noises from further in the house.
Absolutely are.
And then he kind of gives his dad the look of, is she still here?
She's definitely not left.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Excuse me, just pushes him aside to go in and find Mahalia.
Lakey kind of chuckles.
The dad doesn't see face. The dad's just like, okay, well, make sure you wash up before you get in the bed. You know, don't get all that ash everywhere.
Of course.
And your dad will go like, your dad will go down to the sleeping area that's downstairs in the Warren portion of your home, and snuggle up with your mom and just clue your mom in, who will probably stir a little bit. Be like, is like home yet? Yeah, honey, he's okay. Okay.
Aww.
Like just that like little exchange. But
Cute.
and you guys, clean up maybe a little bit and then head to bed.
Just before going to bed, Mora Doug does say something to Lakey, just sort of in passing, along the lines of like,
Did a good job today.
but is not staying for a conversation about it, just saying it in passing and then going the fuck to bed.
Lakey, would you like to describe what the sleeping situation is like in the Warren?
So it's very kind of like shared space, like not really like a bunkhouse, but like, I mean, it's like longhouse style. So like, there's lots of people. There are guest quarters off to the side, and Lakey does have his own room. But that's because he keeps different hours than everybody else a little bit. But it's so the guest quarters, they're probably pretty sparse, but there are spare beds in the shared sleeping quarters, so it's whatever you would prefer. If you want all of that humanity, which can be very soothing, humanity, creature humanity, which is
Humanity.
very, just the noise of other people. It can be very comforting for people who have lived like that. Um, you know, but there's a room with a pretty heavy curtain over it off to the side that you can duck into. That I'm pretty sure Mahalia's gear has been stashed in at this point. Like, she's just, like, he's 97% sure that she's just moved in for now, and that hotel room is just 100% empty.
Yeah, Morrigan's just going wherever Mahalia is, I guess. So if Mahalia is making use of that room, Morrigan's gonna go there.
Mahalia's
But
up
yeah,
talking
feeling
to...
a certain like.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm sorry. Mahalia's up talking to Lakey's grandmother. Still, they're just chatting, catching up on times and all that jazz.
Yeah, all right. I mean, gonna
Lakey will
take the guest
probably,
room.
I would say Lakey will probably wander into the kitchen after he washes up and get a drink of water and explain briefly to his grandmother when she gives him that look of that one eyebrow of what happened to you, and you better not leave out any details. He's going to explain about the fire, and then he's going to tell Mahalia that Morrigan is fine, and that she's either in one of the beds in the warren or in the guest room.
Well then with that, we will wrap up the end of day 3. And you guys wake up. Those of you with player handbooks, wake up to your journal chiming, telling you to log out. At about 8 a.m.
Well, that was a wild demo. That was a weird event they pulled at the end there.
Oh no, you have another round of days that you are allotted. They're just having you like log out temporarily to make sure everything's going well, you're not having a stroke, anything like that. So
Wow.
and
medical upkeep, as I tried to say.
Say what?
Medical upkeep.
Yeah, and just making sure you guys are fed and watered and nobody has to pee and, again, no strokes.
I don't want to piss and shit ourselves. Yeah.
And the notebook says, press here to log out.
Boop.
A boop.
Yeah.
Cool. The doorway does not appear.
A boop.
I'll try to double click.
Yeah, double clicking.
Nothing.
I'm pressing all the buttons in the book.
You
God,
see one for
busted it.
admin, and no admin responds immediately.
Is there any loading message or anything? Or is it just like I'm touching paper?
It's like like when you click a button, you can tell that you're clicking a button. Like there's a texture that like that feeling that you're doing a thing.
Right.
You get that feeling that you are doing a thing, and it's just not working. It's like clicking a button on a remote, but it's not changing the channel on the TV or something.
Oh, this broken ass game. I knew they had too many people in the chairs for this demo. Now they're having server issues.
I'm not near any of the other player characters. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Oh no.
I don't have any gamer children to help me.
Briar or Ashley is going to be sending messages to the admin. Hey, delayed. WTF. Basically.
Yeah, you don't get an immediate response.
Update?
But you do see that it's been read. Same thing with Teddy's intent.
It's been read?
It's been read, like they left you on red, and but you haven't gotten a response. And about
You left me on red so fast.
And about 5 minutes later, 5 minutes of you panicking, the admins say, "Hey gang, the creators of the game want you to stay another 24 hours in the game before you log out. We'll do this again tomorrow."
No.
Why?
No, let me out. Flee the veil. Flee.
It's not working.
Hello? Why? Why?
No. Get me out of the chair.
Yeah, Chrono. What?
Blue pill.
The admins do not appear to be responding to any requests on the topic.
Hello?
So, boss, are you having any issues over there?
Us just goes to type and then just kind of does this and is like, takes a deep breath. And you can see they're self-regulating.
Uh-oh.
And then goes to type, "Dearest admins, I hope you have a great morning. At your earliest convenience, no worries. If not, in parentheses.
No, delete that part. Delete that part.
Please get back to me as soon as you can. I appreciate all your hard work, and I understand things happen. But again, at your earliest convenience, if you could let me know, your friend, boss, send."
You see that it's been read, and they do not respond.
Is DeLacy there with the rest of the sleepover group?
Yeah.
Was this like happening in game, like you guys talking amongst yourselves, or like how is this happening?
We're whispers would be my guess.
Normally what happens when the players log out is they hit that button. No, the NPCs can't hear the alarm, but they hit that button, and it like kind of creates like a bubble around them so that they can't be perceived going through the doorway back to whatever reality they're from. But it's not working, so there's no bubble. You can hear them.
Honestly.
5 more minutes, please. He's just up against the wall with a hat over his head.
Yeah.
5 more minutes, please.
Boss, are they responding to you at all?
Just kind of like, does this?
I see.
Completely
We'll have to start
silent.
eating each other.
For those listening along at home, there was a slow turn, a very slow shake of the head just once, and then a slow turn back to the direction the boss is originally facing.
Roll to see if I heard that. We're gonna have to start eating each other alive. That's a nat 20. I absolutely heard that shit.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
I just immediately off. What?
How could it be harder for them to take us out of the game than put us in the game?
Oh man, the Bronx is coming back.
Just gotta hold out his little froggy hand for somebody to hold it.
I hold that hand. I'm holding the hand.
You're all three holding hands.
Jumping into the abyss.
Do you have a nightmare or something?
Oh, get your hand. It's not for you. I'm just kidding. You can hold hands.
I'll leave that to you then, I guess. Ugh. I'm not ready to be on this.
These developers are idiots, and they better let me out of this chair.
Did y'all have the same nightmare or something?
Yeah, it's yes.
All right,
Trauma
well,
from the fires.
all right. Well, you're awake. You're safe. You're okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm
All right.
all three of those things, definitely.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Well, Briar gets up. I'm gonna get coffee. Mr. DeLacy, would
DeLacy,
you like to join me?
DeLacy does he's like, I'll be with you 1 second. And he
Cool.
does that like cat stretch. The tail goes up, full up, comes back down, and he stands back up. All right.
Boss
All
is
right.
gonna say, I need an Irish coffee.
I'll see what I can
Agreed.
do.
All right.
Make my ancestors feel it.
You want?
I think
Did you
you
want
mean
my
a
assistant to bring
Kellish
that back to
coffee.
you, doctor? Or?
Sorry, excuse me?
Did you want my assistants to bring Boss back his coffee? I gotta stop presuming he's not old enough to have one.
He's old enough. He's small. He probably needs like a shot
Right.
No,
size.
pup.
No. Cup. Iced coffee.
Bowl.
Stat.
I need that cauldron full of it.
Minimum War is just like slowly turning. I'm imagining he's also on like a swivel chair, just like, no, pup. And just turns back around without saying anything, just dissociating.
Boss is having a hard
Okay.
time. As much coffee as you can get him would be great.
All right.
Irish
I can.
coffee.
I put some Irish in it.
It's Irish.
That okay. That means
A
he
little bit of
wants.
tequila. Then give
All
one for me
right.
too.
Should I be writing this down, Doctor? Do you have a notepad or something to write all this down on? Because I'm not gonna remember.
DeLacy,
No,
I
I
need to point out
I
to
got
you
it.
that there is no Ireland in this country. You have no idea what they're
He's
talking about.
he's not questioning it. He is too tired to question it. He is too
Well, it
tired.
probably isn't tequila either.
No, probably not.
Whiskey.
No, you're thinking whiskey or poutine.
I
Again,
guess
he is not questioning it. He's
all
too tired to
drinks
question
be
it.
differently named.
Probably
I guess they
not,
had rum.
actually. Well, no, because rum is the same because so like hang on.
It's
Backtrack.
like European,
Starting
right?
over. Most of the things in the game exist because the players expect them to exist.
Right.
So I think tequila probably would.
It's not soda.
Okay.
Just not brand name things like sodas or things that wouldn't fit in the parameters of the world. So I think fermented things like tequila,
God.
rum, vodka,
Yes.
would exist.
Yeah. Okay.
So theoretically, there might be a name for putting some whiskey in your coffee, but it's not going to be called an Irish coffee.
Probably not. Yeah, because Ireland
Right,
does not
okay.
exist in the world of Arga.
Right.
That's
So
called the
we're in the
Kells.
UK then.
Sorry.
Sorry, I had to.
No, that was great. I love you. You
That's
get
fair.
like 10 plus points for today. You get to cash them
I am
in.
descended from very fighty peoples.
No,
Their
I
grudges
love
live
it.
on through me.
I
I'm
love it.
across the river from you. I'm sorry.
It's cool. You got a boat. You can come hang. It's fine.
Spectacular. We just got a lot of fog. But yeah, DeLacy will go with Briar to get some coffee because he doesn't know what they're talking about, but he wants to be helpful.
And Briar needs to do something.
Mm.
Briar doesn't do well when he's sitting still right now. So
Eddie very badly wants a keyboard and a mouse.
Yeah.
I see as they're walking, that's when DeLacy actually like checks in on Briar, like, "Do you sleep okay? You was running around as crazy as anybody was too.
It it was fitful. Um
Was it fitful enough? Was it long enough?"
Once I get some coffee in me, I think I'll balance out. Um Last night was a bit rough, and this morning is a bit rough, to say minimally. Um
So how long are you gonna give yourself before you're down at that clinic trying to go back to work?
I don't know if the owner of the clinic made it back or not. I'd like to see if I can make myself useful over there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like anyone's grievously injured here. They were just being housed, so I'm not
Mm-hmm.
absolutely worried. But
You
I am
can
anticipating a lot of very high nerves. I think, shell
you,
shock and all that.
you are allowed to also be shell shocked.
Yeah.
You didn't get those injuries from nothing, and I can't imagine that fire did you any favors.
You
Mm,
don't know how right that is. Um,
I have an idea.
um,
Listen, long story short, doctor, my mama was a doctor. I know that look. Do not overstrain yourself. Please.
Thank you for the reminder. Um,
I think you already knew it deep down, but it can help to hear it from outside your own head.
yeah, it does help to hear it.
I'll gladly be the reminder anytime you need. You just gotta ask or make that face.
So, looking like I seen a ghost, and you'll come running.
I'd say you gotta be up to at least 3 ghosts before I come running, but I'll at least walk briskly over at one.
Got it. Uh, so a Kellish special is what they were trying to order.
I don't know what they
Basically,
were trying to order. I'm not in the habit of asking too many questions anymore. It has not served me with any of y'all. It's probably not gonna serve me in the future.
hmm,
Trying to
well,
learn to just roll with it. So if that is what they meant, and if you're confident in that, that's what we getting them.
yeah. Um, so basically, they were asking for black coffee with a little bit of cream
Mm-hmm.
and very a very hard drink mixed in with it.
That's been a hell of
Typically
a nightmare.
whiskey or brandy, you know. Um,
Was this just a nightmare, or are they having like horrors from last night?
it's definitely stress related. It's
Damn.
I'm guessing. Um,
I mean, I couldn't blame them if it was. That was the. I'm acting fine, but like, even I'm still a little shaken from last night. I can't imagine they're any better. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they got
well,
better fortitude than I do.
Real quick,
I
Saphira,
think
what's your
boss is
reaction to
pretty.
not being able to log out?
So before we get the notification that we're staying in for another 24 hours, she's going to click on the AdMed and type out Caleb Alexander McLeod. If you are playing with me and pranking me by keeping me in this world, you and I are going to go fisticuffs and I will end you. Send. All caps.
You see that it's been read, but no one responds.
So rude.
Now she's worried. So now, yeah, Rachel is now a little concerned. And then, of course, that notification comes in. She's even more concerned. Being the systems analyst, that there's something definitely wrong, and she's not sure how to
Did you
kind
go
of.
back to the castle, or are you at the Kraken Bowl?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, I don't think
I think
asked
she
you.
would have stayed at the Crocken Bowl because she was just too exhausted to go back, because it would have been a long trek back to her
True.
house. So she would have just stayed there, given everything that had happened last night. She wouldn't have made the trek back, especially like with at least part of the city like on edge. She wouldn't have made the trek back. She would have been there. So she's kind of like the system analyst that is Rachel is starting to like troubleshoot, like trying to think of like why this is kind of happening and why they're keeping them in there. Like clearly there's an issue. Um, but also there's nothing she can do from while she's in the game. Like she doesn't have any idea of how to help fix whatever the issue is from inside the game. So she's kind of like just sitting there very quietly, just like interesting, and is like trying to like type out, like trying to get someone to like respond, and is typing, like consistently typing messages like, is this a bug issue, like is this a, like clearly trying to help troubleshoot, but not sure she can help at all. She's also completely ignoring everybody else. Like she's so like focused. She's like, this is an issue. Like we have to be able to log out.
Yeah.
So she has not really paid attention to the fact that everybody else is freaking out. Because like the logical part of her brain has taken over and is like, okay, is there something I can do to help? Is there some type of troubleshooting that we can do from inside the game? And is getting more and more frustrated that her messages are being read and there's no response.
Give me just a roll really quick for her.
Ooh, well, that's a 4.
Yeah, your messages are definitely getting read. But past that, you don't really have any thoughts on why they're not responding, why there's just silence, why they said, "Oh, we'll log out tomorrow." Like there was a set schedule that they discussed with you, but you don't have any real thoughts that lead anywhere. Your brain's just kind of spinning in a slight panic, I would say.
Eddie's thinking is that when they plugged that shit into our brain, they done fucked us up. And now they can't pull us out without fucking up our brain real bad. And I should have never let them put things in my brain.
Is Fox still holding Boss's hand?
Yes.
Okay. Fox is gonna feel like a little bit of like squeeze from it, and Boss, like without like looking at Fox, is gonna be like, do you think they're doing this because we have a fun event and they just wanted to surprise us, or do you think we won't get out of here?
I think somewhere in the middle. I think they're having an issue. And they don't want a PR nightmare. So they're trying to advertise it as an extra 24 hours, I suppose.
Boss is just gonna go, God fucking damn it.
I know, I got like a job I have to get back to. I've got to babysit my little sisters. I got a grandma.
I might not see my dad again.
And now I squeeze Boss's hand. Squeeze.
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 Squeeze. Where's that fucking coffee?
Hey, they're working at it. They don't get mad at them. There's got to be something in the game we can do, right? No. What if I just fuck up my brain?
Well, I don't know. I thought the mermaid was the big thing, but maybe like we fight a dragon or whatever caused the fire. I know. I just know we didn't start the fire. Ha 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 ha.
Ah.
Coping mechanism.
Trying to self-regulate, make
Yeah,
jokes, but also just like take it.
panicking won't help. There'll be time for panicking later.
Just gotta hit the gritty calmly.
That's right.
So,
All right.
I think, yeah, coffee's coming up.
That'd be a good time for us to return with them, yeah. And
Poor Doug
if-
just thinks that he's just bad at logging out.
No, that's still what he thinks.
no.
Well, after that message, Doug no longer thinks that's the only thing happening.
That's true.
But yeah, he is alone.
Lakey, do you hear any of Morgan's quibbles in the other area, or are you in...
There are shenanigans coming from the sleeping quarters. I have a gajillion teen siblings.
Yeah.
True. Very true. So you're still asleep then?
I mean, he's probably getting up and getting ready for the day, because, you know, he's got to be,
true.
usually got to be at work at 9, but,
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably just sitting in the kitchen with a cup of coffee being fussed over by his grandmother and or Mahalia, and, just doing his normal morning routine.
Yeah, I think your mom at one point comes over and gives you a kiss on your head and just says, I'm glad you're safe, honey.
Thank you, Mom. I'm glad it's not on fire anymore.
Yeah, that about sums it up. And she goes back to making breakfast for your younger sibling.
Quick mechanical question.
Yeah.
Do we have the effects of a full night's sleep, as in
You
I have
do.
AP again?
Your AP is
Okay.
back, your health is
I'll
back to
take
max.
it. Woo!
Because I don't think you
I
guys
needed
did
help
too
with
much
both of
damage to
those.
yourself.
I did do a
No.
little bit.
Just a little.
But we expended that AP.
Oh my god, you guys depleted your AP. It was great.
Yeah.
But you guys are left absolutely panicking, not sure what to do, those of you who are players, while the regular NPC members of this society are just like, oh, just another day. Cool. Have to go deal with that fire today.
Sorry.
And I think we'll leave off there until next week.
You cute.
Same digitized channel, same digitized time.
Yeah.
Mwah. Good night, everybody.
Good night. I hope you guys have a good one.